Okay, let's get ready for the Bitcoin update. Hi, my name is cryptolifer Samuel Price. I'm a professional crypto trader and I'm online every single day without a day off. Today is your Saturday morning Bitcoin update. So I like to project, I like to look into the future, and I like to build ideas. So come with me as we do this every single day. I'll be on tonight, Saturday night at 8 p.m. I also go on Sunday night at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. I suggest you come and check those out. Watch this today and then see what happens tonight. It's pretty cool to see what I say at the morning and then couple it with the night show. It can be pretty fun to do. So everyone likes that. You know, it's like a game of Clue. We give you the details, then we find out what happened. So check it out. Let's break it down. Could this be an inverted head and shoulder that could break us out? It's possible. This is a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. All right, so this is the projection. There's no guarantees this is going to happen. This is a complete projection, and there's so many things that will have to occur for this to happen. What I want to show you right now is once you break a POC, this red line, it becomes extreme resistance. So you have heavy resistance at 21,400 now, that area that we had an issue with. And we have heavy resistance here now at this bar that I'm going to throw down at about 20,750, 20,800 region. We broke that and we fell to the downside. Let me show you. We're going to zoom in a second and show you more. These are the levels we were watching. This made a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, all right? We nailed this short. If you were in my trading group, I called short. I said for literally 5 days straight, if Bitcoin can't make a candle close on the 4-hour or the daily above 21,800, expect more downside. With a stop loss at 22,000, pretty simple trade. Opened it on a wick there and then continued to go to the downside. Still in the trade, really. Most people in my group still in the trade. Really no reason to close the shorts at this moment, you know, raising the stop losses and seeing where this dump will go. So in heavy profits from that exact moment, I talked about it every single day too. So if you showed up last Monday, if you showed up last Tuesday, if you showed up last Thursday, if you showed up last Friday, if you watched my update on probably last weekend, and this is simple stuff. This is support and resistance and stochastics RSI trading. If you want to get to know this, if you want to understand how I'm using momentum against support and resistance, I suggest you jump on into my Discord. It's $99 and it'll blow your mind. I also give you access to my token metrics and more. It's way more than $99. It's probably worth, I think, a value of $300 to $500 a month. Jump on in today. You will see why. And you know what? Just show up in my live stream every day until you are convinced. I show up every day, so you can see the value first and then decide whether you want to go further with more value. I provide value for free every single day, just like right now. So look, here we're looking at this. And levels to watch are on my big chart here. So when we fell, I knew that this POC was, if this POC broke, we were going to head likely down to 20,000, right? Also, when I looked at the bigger structure, which was a giant rising wedge, this bigger one here, there's a chance you head up all the way down to the end of the wedge, which right here is 19,300. So I've been looking at 19,300. I've been eyeing this area for a while. To me, that's likely where we're going to hit if we begin to fall to the downside, and I'll show you what the probability of that is now. So now you have 19,300 in your head, all right? And now you have your next resistance, which is you want to use this indicator here on my right, which is the VPVR or VRVP, all right? Once you break a previous support line, you have heavy resistance. So this is heavy resistance right here, 20,200 right off the bat, right where we're at resistance. The 1 hour time frame on the stochastics is getting overbought. So that what that tells me is that we're lacking buyers, especially when we need them the most, right? But it's not all bad. When I looked at the 15-minute, there is an inverted head and shoulder here. So look, what we're starting to do is we're starting to make this flag here now, okay? Another cool thing is I see a lot of YouTubers with their charts already ready to go and they're just kind of pointing things out. I like to build it live with you so you can see how it's done, so you can see how we actually get down to what I call brass tacks, right? Get down to brass tacks, baby. It's a military term. And I don't really know. I think someone must have said it in my life and it just kind of stayed with me. Or maybe in my past life. You never know. Look at this. So this is, in fact, an inverted head and shoulder. This new mouse, it's funny, it's great, but it's just a little different than the other one, right? It takes you a second. This has a 68% chance of a break to the upside, okay? 15-minute does have momentum, but not much left. We're looking for what's called a short squeeze, all right, where there's too many people shorting and the liquidity will end up into this higher area. So We could break up back to here, but again, this is major resistance at this point. This is going to be a big deal to get above because we have resistance, resistance, resistance. It's a high volume node. You're on a high volume node here, though. Usually if you break above it, use it as a retest, you could get up to this region at 20,700. I wouldn't get too excited if you can't close a close. And then we're back to the same idea. If you can't close a daily or a 4-hour candle above 20,800, short the market. You know, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But if you know, this is trading 101. If a certain area cannot be reestablished by price action, it's likely that the short is going to come to the downside. And the stochastics RSI will teach you that. Here, I can show you an example of it right here. The stochastics got high, so that was your next resistance. So the second the stochastics get above the dotted line, you mark your resistance. You now know that if you don't get above 20,850 on the next run up, you're likely to dump. And you come all the way up and you make a lower low. And look, even here you make a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. 3 peaks to the downside dump. You come up here again for another turn up. If that's not enough, you can use the 7-minute because the 7-minute will continue to oscillate up. This 7-minute came up again on the stochastics, and it couldn't make this high, which was 20,766. It made a high of only 20,696. And look, this is a perfect shoulder, head, and a shoulder. If you can't, and so by knowing your patterns, by understanding stochastics RSI, by understanding momentum, these momentum oscillating indicators, see, look, and then just knowing that that's a 68% drop once you see the head and shoulder pattern on top of that. You know, if that's not enough, you're in a bear flag, which also, you know, or a descent, yeah, that's a bear flag descending triangle, which has a 68%. So you're building bearish confluence. Confluence is combined influence. When you have 2 or 3 things, I like 4 things at once, or at least 2. So like right now, you have a little bit of inverted head and shoulder, and you made a higher low. You know, at the same time, the 7-minute is saying I'm overbought and likely to begin the dump to the downside. If you can't get above this POC, you're headed down to 19,700. So to me, it's more likely we dump because the 15 and the 7 are both getting extended, and the 1 hour already wants to come down on you, and you didn't make a previous high. Same concept that I just went over. Here was the high on the stochastics. It's here. You're coming back up on the stochastics, and you're making a lower high, okay? Suggesting that you break further down to the downside. So in my opinion, unless we get a short squeeze or some type of miracle toss here, it's likely that, sorry, I think the sun is hitting a piece of my screen. Just move my head over, right? Look at that. That's weird though. But anyway, so look, the idea behind this is, I won't think about it. If I think about it, it'll mess me up. I have like a skylight coming in on the left, and I believe that's all that's going on. It's like putting too much light right on the green screen. Don't worry about it. It doesn't cover anything that we're talking about, so stay focused. Stay focused. This is your chance here to find out if you can stay focused, all right? I'm testing you. So look, here's the deal. Let me lean back up. Let me bring my mic back up so I can hide the dot with my head. That's so funny. Sorry to waste your time. Forgive me, please. So look, this is an inverted head and shoulder that should break out, right? Technically, but there's a 32% chance they don't, and we're getting pretty extended. So here's the deal. If the 15-minute can't break you back above 20,250 and 20,400, expect more downside. So if you see the 15-minute push up and we just get up here and we start to kind of, that's a rollover. In my opinion, we're more bearish than bullish, of course. Now the trend is simply bearish. We have a bearish trend for sure. So you have to trade the trend. The trend is your friend until it's not. Right now, shorting the market is the best possibilities of making money because the trend is going that way. So I would have to say that it's more likely that the 1 hour does roll over on us today because that's the probability. However, there's a chance we get short squeezed and get to this area. However, if we don't break that area, it's still bearish. So there's a lot of bearishness going on that Bitcoin would have to fight through. If we get away from the 15-minute and we just look at this for what it is, I mean, bear flag on the 1 hour, likely to break to the downside. It is what it is. Trying to double bottom there, though, which is interesting. Okay? There's an attempt. So there's an attempt. And that's why I always have my open mind on the 15. Right? So I'm waiting for that, but it's likely we roll over. Okay? It's likely we roll over. And this gets a little more extended. Yeah, you're overbought on the 7, the 15, and the 1 hour, and you didn't make a previous high. Measured move would take us down to 19,737. And the bigger idea here is that we could, you know, we'll make another flag there, and then we'll see what happens. But I'll update you from that point. This is the other projection that could be coming into play. Again, that first projection would have to happen, and we must break a candle close above 20,800. So we're looking at 20,800 as a significant area to possibly make a new short if we come back to that area and get rejected. So look, this is your pattern, up, down, up, down. You are at the bottom of the pattern, and you could break to the upside. However, this is a violent drop if you do drop out of this. All right, I'm just showing you. And this will take you all the way down to 16,400. And believe me, that could happen today. That could happen. I'm not saying it will, but I'm just suggesting that these things could happen. All right, anything is possible. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and we're finally very, very oversold and likely to bounce off the bottom of the pattern, right? So we're going to watch what I just showed you, the smaller time frames. And look, we could even get down to those lower areas here, 19,088, and still, be at the bottom of this channel. So like this could open up even a little more. We could drop all the way down to 19,974 and then still bounce off the bottom. So what I believe is likely to happen is we'd get that little dump. This moves back to the ups, or what the chart conveys, not what I believe, but we get the dump. We get another pump up here, and then we see where we are when we get that back to this area. We see a little resistance here, and we're going to be at the top of the trend line on the pattern. So this is my update for Bitcoin. We're going to be watching the 15-minute time frame, right, inside of that flag that we drew. All right, this is what you're going to be watching, because this is what's going to tell you whether that 4-hour plays out or not. All right, the daily is also oversold after the beatdown. So we're watching to see a short squeeze in the 15-minute. Can we break on out of here? And even if we get short squeezed, remember, there's heavy resistance at 20,800, 20,005, even right here. I mean, I start small. Like, you can't get above 20,391. You can kiss this whole idea goodbye. So, everybody, as the sun moves behind me on this beautiful day coming through the skylight, don't worry about it. It may have been distracting. I hope it wasn't. Stay focused on the chart. Stay focused on what we're talking about, all right? And, yeah, that's my Bitcoin update for the day. I'd be focused on this 15-minute, see the levels that we get above, right? It's more likely we do break down, but there is a bigger picture in play. If this begins to drop, I see 19,300 as the destination, all right? So what would I do this morning? How would I play Bitcoin? Honestly, I would wait for confirmation, and I actually stay in the short. Like, the shorts are still open. There's really no reason to close the shorts that we'd open. If you haven't opened up a short yet, maybe wait for resistance to hit here at 20,800. That's something I may be thinking about. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just thoughts and ideas. You have to figure it out yourself. Learn, TA, get educated. Otherwise, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I could be speaking a completely different language to you. I want to make sure that you learn. If you want to know the language, I actually have class today. I teach class every Saturday or every Tuesday from 3 to 5 and the last Saturday of every month. So the last Saturday of every month from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and these are all New York City time, I teach technical analysis. And I show you all the indicators that I'm using, how I'm using them, ideas that I'm using, and how the MACD is created by using convergence and divergence with the moving averages, the VPVR, support and resistance, trend analysis, and more. I also give you a 9-point checklist inside of a PowerPoint to get you started, to get you going. So whenever you're about to open up a trade, you can look through that checklist and say, did I do these proper things? I also give you homework and ways to achieve to become the best trader you can become and to become the best person you can become. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Be safe.